Morning YouTube, welcome to episode 18. So we're now on the ride out of Albany. We had a lovely day off yesterday, really beautiful, lots of things to do, lots of treats, lots of food to eat, so that was great, and a nice camp last night as well. So plan this morning, we've got to stop at a couple of places. I need that new wheel on my back before we hit the dirt roads. We also need to go to Barbecues Galore to get some more fuel and a charging device as well. And an op shop trip. So from here, I think today we're going to stick to the roads. We're going to ride through Denmark and then end up at Greens Pool, which has been recommended to us. So yeah, we'll take some back roads today. It'll be a lovely ride, nice. We haven't been on back roads for a long time, so we're going to enjoy the quiet and then make some plans for the next few days. I think we're going to jump on the Munda Biddi Trail is our overall idea.
Yeah.
Get on the dirt roads and get away from the busyness for a while. Yeah, I'm really pumped for today. I think it's going to be a gorgeous one.
Me too.
Enjoy. So this morning went a little bit pear-shaped. On the way into the bike shop, Libby got another flat, so that's the third for the trip, and 2 in 2 days for a completely different reason. So got to the bike shop pretty late, and then once we got to the bike shop, it turned out that they couldn't find the wheel that we had ordered, the rear wheel that I needed, so I had to make a completely new one. So we ended up having to wait around town for about another 6 hours, and we sort of faffed around town. We went to the supermarket, we went and picked up a fuel canister, a fair bit of walking around, but just kind of waiting around for a while.
Yeah.
I mean, good news is we got a brand new, very rigid rear wheel built for me.
Yeah.
And they were also able to sort us out with these drink bottle holders on the front forks. So we're just adding a bit more weight to the front of the bikes, and it's actually riding really nicely. It feels great, doesn't it?
It feels way more stable.
Yeah.
And we were actually super lucky that they're actually able to make James's wheel, because they've got like a 2-week backlog of bikes that they need to work on. So yeah, thank you so much to Impulse Cycles.
Yeah, Impulse Cycles did a great
amazing job.
Yeah. So with the drink holders at the front, we actually just went and got some cold pressed juice from the supermarket rather than buying specific drink bottles, because they only cost about $3 or $4 a bottle.
Yeah.
They're 1 litres, whereas you could end up spending $25-30 on a drink bottle from the bike shop. So that was great. So we didn't end up getting out of town until about 3:30, which was a very late start. We really wanted to get to a place called Green Pool today, but we're not going to make it.
It's not gonna happen.
It's too late. So we're 30 k's out. We're umming and ahhing whether we stay here or go further, but it's coffee time. And as is tradition, what goes well with a good coffee? 12 donuts. That's what goes well with a good coffee. We found a 12-pack of donuts at Woolies for $2.50.
Yeah.
So now you're going to sit there and watch us try and eat 12 donuts without having a break. Well, that was terrifyingly easy.
Alright, so as you can probably tell by our attire, we've decided we're going to stay here tonight. Because this spot was pretty hard to pass up. Stop! So, because we're both on a sugar high now, we're probably going to play some games. We might get the Diablo out, do some whittling, maybe some dancing. I might do some painting, we'll see. Just some fun things.
So a bit to catch you up on today. We left our beautiful camp spot this morning. It was great to tuck away under some shelter and not have to put the cover over the tent and dry tent to wake up. Did our 30Ks into Denmark and went to the bakery, which was really, really nice, and charged all of our things because we're out on the Munda Biddi Trail today. So we've just dropped down from Denmark. We are heading towards green pools and elephant rocks. After much deliberation, there are a few different options for us to do. And we had a great start. We got very excited, and then unfortunately, Libby, we went round a corner going down some bitumen paved path, going downhill pretty quick. And there was an unmarked bollard there, and Libby went straight into it. You alright?
Yeah, I just fell off.
I've got a scuff there and a scuff on the elbow. We just came around this corner pretty rapid, and Libby's gone straight into that pole there. Looking around at all the birds.
I was not. I was watching you, and you went quickly, and then I just didn't have time to react. Oh, that's gonna be a nasty bruise.
Yeah.
Coming up.
A bit scraped and bruised. There's a little bit of wobble in her headset, and was a little bit rattled, which was hard to watch because she was so excited. So we'll have to get the headset looked at in the next town. Hopefully Walpole's got a bike shop. Until then, we've just got to go easy on the front brake and fingers crossed that the bike holds up, but we should be fine. I think once we get to Green's Pool, we'll jump off the Munda Biddi Trail again, back on the road, and just get to town and get it checked out, just in case it's anything. You don't want to mess around with the headset. So, but I mean, now we're off the roads. It's really quiet out here. There's a few cows, and are they kangaroos?
Yeah.
Thought they were emus for a second. A mob of kangaroos. We're on the sandy track, so it's a bit hard going, but it's really nice to be off the road, and I think we're about to poke out onto the coast. So yeah, start of the Munda Biddi Trail. Here we go.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're in a caravan in Walpole now. We ended up riding about 110 Ks today, which was pretty significant after Libby had her tumble, and we had a couple more dramas after that too. So Libby got another flat in a different spot. So that's now 3 flats for Libby in 3 days, which was pretty demoralising for Libs. The ride itself was really pretty. It was hilly and farmy, and then it lifted up into forest for the first time since the Otways, I think, that we've been in forest, which
super big trees.
is absolutely stunning. Yeah. So we're in Walpole. We've assessed the damage on Lib's bike. The headset is a little loose. It's not squeaking, it's not creaking, but we don't want to take it on the Munda Biddi without it being completely tight.
Yeah, at least looked at.
Yeah. So there's a Thrifty Link in town. The guy said he could have a look at it tomorrow morning. If he can't fix it, then I think we reassess our plans and figure out where to from here. So we've had a warm shower. We've washed Libby's wounds. We're set up. We've got some internet and power, and we'll just have a nice easy night and then jump back on the road tomorrow. How'd you find the ride today after you hurt yourself?
Yeah, so the injuries weren't that bad. Like, it was more just the shock of falling off and then having to get back on the bike with only my back brakes was kind of an adjustment. I just had to kind of lean into it and just know that my body was fine and I could manage with the back brakes. Yeah, because my body was fine, I was able to push through the pain or the experience and just keep going, because I knew we had so much to do still. So we did probably another 70 Ks after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it was super impressive. I'm constantly astounded by Libby's resilience on this ride. She's been really impressive. Not a complaint, just churns her legs over in the back and got the job done. And I think trips like this really force you to exercise that resilience muscle and forces you into some uncomfortable situations which you've really got not many options but to push through. And
Still.
it's a good lesson to learn, but yeah, it's tough sometimes. But yeah, no, Libby handled it like an absolute beast today. It was super impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we have a big feed, and I think an early night, just sleep, recover, and then attack tomorrow with a fresh pair of eyes and figure out what our plan is from there. So that was a pretty impressive storm that came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
We heard the thunder and saw the lightning maybe 10 minutes before the rain hit, so we had time to pack up the tent. So we've got a dry setup. We met a really lovely woman at the campsite called Jocelyn, who's done some bike touring around Australia, and particularly the Gibb River Road, which is something that we're wanting to line up further down the track. And she's got a place in Margaret River and offered us a place to stay if we ended up down that way. So
They're really cool.
it was really, really nice to meet her. She's lovely, and she dropped us in town because it was bucketing down and there was lightning. It was lightning and then a thunderclap maybe a second after. It was right above us.
Right above us. We had that thing where you can taste the static in the air?
Yeah, to that metallic taste. It was super close. So it was a 5k ride into town. She saved us that. So we just camped outside the hardware store, just waiting for Lib's bike to get fixed up. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
He seemed confident, so we'll see.
Yeah, and then that'll determine which way we go. We either jump on the Munda Biddi now, or we head out towards Margaret River and the coast again and catch up with Jocelyn and have a look at some towns out that way.
Yeah.
While we've been waiting, we've done some tinkering work with the drink bottle holders on the front of the bike. So the way that they were set up, they had that little, you can see that little knob that sticks out. And I think it's designed for specific drink bottles, cycling drink bottles, but the ones that we've got, it pushes it out. And we had our drink bottles fall off a couple of times when we were on the dirt tracks yesterday, which was frustrating. So we've got some of the bike inner tube that we had stored. We've just cut that up and super glued it to the edges.
Yeah.
And then shaved that lip off so that they're sitting much more flush. So fingers crossed that works. So we'll just hang out here, we'll have a coffee, we'll have a bit of food, and then fingers crossed we can head out.
Yeah. Downhill was amazing. I was just cruising, couldn't wipe the smile off my face. I was singing a little song to myself. It was great.
Yeah. I couldn't tell if Libby was alarmed or having fun because all I could hear in the background was Alright, we made it to the start of the Munda Biddi Trail. It looks marsh flies everywhere. It looks pretty unused, it looks pretty overgrown, so go away. We've got about 10 k's to the first cabin, so we've jumped along the road and we're gonna bust in onto the trail and then chill out for the afternoon in the cabin. So yeah, it seems like fun. We'll try and get away from the marsh flies. Oh my god!
We're just having to walk up this hill. It's pea gravel, but it's got sand underneath, so we're just slipping all about. I'll see if I can show you. Yeah. Oh, it's hot work.
Okay, so we've made it to the first camping hut on the Munda Biddi Trail for us. The ride started off beautifully. We've had a pretty incredible day, to be honest. We were able to get the bike sorted for $15. The headset was just loose. There were no cracks and no damage, so that was amazing.
So good. And he was really friendly. We had a good chat about what our trip had been so far.
Yeah.
It was really nice.
We got a very tasty veggie pasty and apple and blueberry pie at the local bakery while we were waiting. And then rode out. The ride out here is super, super hilly.
Yeah.
Really hilly, tough on the legs, but stunning. We're riding through these like bright red bottle brushes and really tall grass trees.
Yeah, they're amazing. There's probably 3 or 4 different varieties that you can identify of the grass trees. Some of them are like quite smooth, some are really pokey, some are tall and skinny, some are short and fat. It's cool.
And there's some red-tailed black cockatoos out here as well.
Yeah.
Once we jumped on the Munda Biddi Trail in that last 10 kilometres, it started off like stunning. It was pretty rough at the start. It was kind of overgrown and not many people have been out here, so it felt really rugged and cool. And then it opened up again into those bottle brush plains.
Yeah. And then it got tricky.
Then it got tricky.
It got hilly and it got pea gravel and sand, and the march flies were just insane. They
came out into full force as soon as we got back in that leaf litter. As soon as we stopped, we had about 20 on us instantly.
Literally.
They were hitting us while we were riding. My back is just covered in march fly bites.
Yeah.
And it became quite challenging, like psychologically, and we were getting angry, and we finally got to this hut and they just swarmed us even more. There's like 50 on my sandals. There's probably not really 50. It seemed like that.
It's probably 20.
So this is where we are right now. We're kind of stuck in the tent.
Yeah.
We had just had lunch, and this is the only place we can get any respite from the marchies, and it's become pretty unpleasant.
It's pretty muggy in the tent too.
It's really hot in here. So, look, I think we're gonna have to reassess. The march flies are that bad, and the riding is very slow, and we're walking the bikes a fair bit out here.
Yeah.
Just not what we had envisioned.
Yeah.
And we want to be out here having fun. So
we're up for a challenge, but we want an enjoyable challenge. And today was really hard with the march flies and the hills and the pea gravel. So we think we're going to reassess plans and maybe head out to Margaret River. Head out that way, because that sounds like a beautiful area. And yeah, so we'll add some coast to our trip and we'll head back to the coast and check that out. We might catch up with Jocelyn again. Yeah.
And just see a part of the country that we hadn't originally planned on seeing. If the marchies weren't here, I'm sure that this would be a more pleasant experience, but even in the beautiful spots, all you can think about is, I've got 10 march flies on my legs and they're all biting me.
Yeah.
So I think it's starting to cool down a little bit now, and there's a big open rock just down a bit of a walking trail, and it looks like it's in the breeze a bit more, so we might go check that out and see if there's less marchies up there and
hopefully
have a bit of a look around. But yeah, that's our plan for now. I think we'll try and cook all of our food inside the tent. Hopefully the marchies go away a little bit when it becomes dark, and then we're up super early before the sun tomorrow morning to get out of here